DeSoto and the DeSoto Plymouth dealers from coast to coast present Groucho Marx in You Bet Your Life. And now, here he is, the one, the only...
Well, here I am again with a chance for each of our couples to win up to $10,000, and if any of them say the secret word, they'll win an extra $100. This is the word right here. Okay, Duck, back to the cornfield.
Groucho, before we get started here tonight, I'd like to remind you that last week when John Charles Thomas was on the show, he made some fairly strong remarks about rock and roll music, and the lady got up out of the audience and came up here on the stage, and you invited them back on the show. Well, they're going to be here tonight. I'm just telling you that before we get started.
And the secret word is...
It's still grass.
Grass.
Yeah.
Still grass. That's the best kind, huh?
Groucho, we have something unusual for you right now. We have two special guests. The first is Mr. Val Christensen, who will tell you about himself a little later on. His partner is Miss Kathy Gabriel. And I thought it might be interesting for you and our audience if I invited her to appear here in her working clothes. Mr. Christensen and Miss Gabriel, would you come in, please? Meet Groucho Marx.
Welcome to you. Beat it, George, will you?
Honestly, I'm just trying to fix the microphone.
You too, everybody out! And it broke my sacroiliac. But it was worth it. Welcome to You Bet Your Life. Say the secret word and divide an extra $100. It's a common word, something you find around the house. And these are your working clothes?
Yes, this is the bathing suit I wore in the Miss Universe contest.
Oh.
I'm Miss Ohio.
You're Miss Ohio,
Yes.
huh? You say you're Miss Ohio?
Yes.
Well, if you keep wearing that outfit on these cold nights, it's going to get a little chilly around Cincinnati. Kathy, you just stand there for a minute. I have certain moral obligations to your partner. My obligations to your partner, I predict, will be discharged in about 2 seconds.
I would think so.
You're Val Christensen?
Yes, I am.
Well, that's enough out of you. Now, how did you get here, Mr. Christensen?
I just walked in with Miss Gabriel.
You just walked in with her, huh?
That's right.
So what? It's who walks out with her that counts. No wonder I
wouldn't be
didn't.
surprised.
I do, too. Val, you have a slight accent. Where are you from originally?
Kalundborg, Denmark.
Where?
I was born in Kalundborg, Denmark.
Kalundborg?
52 miles from Copenhagen.
Oh. Well, Denmark is a wonderful country. It's one of the most progressive countries in Europe. They're getting a lot of American tourists here, aren't they?
Yes, sure are, and it's getting to be one of your biggest industry, and you sure need your money over there.
You're the greedy type, aren't you? What do you do there in Denmark?
Well, I'm mayor of Cheyenne, Wyoming now.
How long have you been mayor, Your Honor?
For 4 years.
4 years, huh? Are you ready for another term?
No, I'll tell you, I'm not a politician. I'm a milkman.
You're a milkman?
Yes.
And you're the mayor of Cheyenne?
That's right.
Well, politics and the milk business are very much alike.
That's what a friend told me once.
That's true. And the amount of pull you have.
You bet.
Did you ever hear of a cow that just gives buttermilk?
We used to have them, but we don't anymore.
Yes, but we have one. You know, what else can a cow give buttermilk? That doesn't send them back to Denmark, nothing will. She may go with them, too.
She probably will.
Yeah. Well, since you're the mayor of Cheyenne, I guess we owe you 10 seconds to brag about your town. Go ahead. Tell us what's so hot about
I'll
Cheyenne.
tell you, we have your finest grass in Cheyenne. Our parks are beautiful.
Wait a minute. Are you here again?
Yeah, I'm here again.
Say, how do you like this job? How do you like being a duck?
Mr. Marx, this is the most ridiculous question you ask me, how I like the duck. I don't. I hate it. You're afraid I may steal it, the money. You
No,
strap me.
I'm
Look
afraid
at
you
the
might
strap.
steal that. I don't care about the money. It's $50 for you and $50 for you.
Oh,
The secret word tonight was bathing suit.
thank you.
And up she goes now.
I cannot lift myself. They must
You can't?
lift me. Come on.
Will you take the duck away, please?
Thank you very much.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Goodbye. Arrivederci. Arrivederci.
I'll be there.
It seemed to me like you took up a lot of that 15 seconds I was going to have to sell you on Cheyenne.
Oh, yes. Well, tell us about Cheyenne.
I'll tell you, it's the finest city in the United States.
In what way?
Oh, in every way. Beautiful parks, fine people living there. We have the best hunting and fishing of any state.
Best hunting and fishing?
Fishing, that's right. We hunt elk, deer, antelope, and bear.
You hunt bear, you say? You hear that, Kathy? You can hunt bear in Cheyenne. And Kathy, you haven't got far to go. Now, how does it feel to be standing next to a mayor, Kathy? I guess you haven't been around many politicians, have you?
Oh, yes, I've been around a few. I worked with the governor and a couple mayors and a senator.
You did, huh?
Yes.
Well, how did that happen?
Oh, they asked me to appear at political conventions and parades and so forth.
Did you wear this outfit?
Oh, no. No cheesecake in it.
No cheesecake. Well, that lets you out with your dairy over
It
there.
certainly does.
Call that cheesecake, do you, what you're wearing there?
Oh, no. This isn't cheesecake.
I wouldn't call it pig's knuckles either. Well, you're a charming couple, and as you walk down the pathway of life, hand in hand, I wish you every happiness. It doesn't quite fit, Mayor, but...
No,
it's
still a good line.
No, I had it left over from a young married couple last week. And we don't waste anything up here. It's like the Swift Packing Company. All right, well, let's play You Bet Your Life. Now, you keep your eyes right here. All right, now, these are all well-known sayings. I'll give you part of the saying, and you give me the rest. If you miss 2 in a row, you're out. If you get 4 in a row right, you win $1,000. Are you ready? And before you answer, talk it over. Nothing is certain in this world.
Except death and taxes. Except death and
Death and
taxes.
taxis, that's right, yes.
You have one right.
Taxes. Are you ready? Still water,
Runs deep. Oh,
runs deep. Handsome is...
As handsome does.
You have 3 right now. Get the next one right, and you'll have your $1,000.
What can't be cured...
Must be endured.
By cracky, you've won the money, eh?
4 in a row.
Now then, you won $1,000. You can keep it and quit, or else you can come back later and try to double your money. You might even get a crack at $10,000.
May we just...
So you go over and sit down and think about it, eh? And thanks for being on the show. And remember, you're the mayor of Cheyenne and a married man, and behave yourself over there.
reasonably well.
Okay, reasonably well.
Yes.
And you? Goodbye, sir.
Well, Groucho, John Charles Thomas, who made some very interesting remarks about rock and roll music last week on our show, and Miss Roberta Renee, who was in our audience and took exception to this, and you invited them back again to continue
right.
the fight. Well, they're here now, so folks, come in, please, and see Groucho again right now.
Welcome to You Bet Your Life. We have a different secret word. Welcome to You Bet Your Life. We have a different secret word than we had when you were here last. And if you say it, you'll divide an extra $100. It's a common word, something you'll find around the house. John Charles Thomas, we found out about your history last week, so let's find out something about Miss Renee. Is that the way you pronounce it?
Yes, Groucho.
Renee's background. Should I call you Roberta or Miss Renee or what?
They just call me Renee Groucho.
Renee Groucho. Well, that's a very nice name. Now, where are you from, Miss Groucho?
I was born in Kansas City, Missouri, Groucho, at the very early age of 4 weeks.
You were born at the age of 4 weeks? Well, that's quite a trick.
My mother and father and I moved to Waterloo, New York, and made our home there because my father was associated with the Geneva, New York Preserving Company.
Do you have a job, Renee?
Yes, Groucho.
What do you do?
I'm a musician. I play the piano at George Radovich's Ocean Beach Bowling Center in the cocktail lounge, which is called the Arizona Room. And then sometimes...
Where is this?
In San Diego.
Well, Fenneman introduced you as Miss Renee. I assume you're single. Are you interested in matrimony?
I'm a woman.
Well, even with these cheap eyeglasses, I didn't think you were Sonny Tufts. That's besides the point. I say, are you interested in matrimony?
Indeed I am, Groucho.
That's the kind of an answer I want to hear. Now, have we overlooked anything? Do you have any other interests?
Well, you haven't mentioned Elvis Presley.
I seldom do, unless I stub my toe. What is your connection with Mr. Well, I'd love to join the Elvis Presley fan club, Renee, but I'm too busy with my other groups. You see, I happen to be Sergeant-at-Arms of the Rudy Valley Raccoon and Adenoid Club.
Morning, I was going to give you a membership card.
Now, Renee, how many Presley fan clubs and members are there? Do you happen to know?
Yes, Groucho, approximately 5,500 active ones in the United States, Canada, Japan, and
What do
China.
you mean active? You mean they're all wiggling simultaneously?
Oh, we wiggle.
Does he have any fans in foreign countries?
Oh, yes, he does. We have clubs that are springing up all over in Japan and China.
In the Orient?
Oh, yes, sure.
You say rock and roll has spread to Japan and
Very
China?
definitely, certainly.
Well, that'll teach him to send us the Asiatic flu. America strikes back. Now, does your fan club serve any useful purpose? I mean, do you ever do anything worthwhile for Elvis?
Yes, Groucho, we have several charities in his name. And, we have, the San Diego Fan Club has given Elvis 2 awards. We gave him one in September of '56, a plaque. And then we gave him a gold loving cup last January on his birthday for his first film, Love Me Tender. I have this part of this button, which was from the MGM Pass when I visited Elvis last June.
Well, that's a nice thing to have.
Well, it certainly is. Anything that looks like him is a nice thing.
John, last week you gave us an opinion of rock and roll that wasn't exactly flattering. Do you still feel the same way about it?
I've been thinking it over, Groucho. I like it even less.
Well, give us your side of the story. What's good about rock and roll music?
Well, Groucho, the way I feel about rock and roll, I think it dates clear back to very early New Orleans, Dixieland, jazz, pop, bop, right on up through rock and roll, and I certainly think that rock and roll is a combination of folk song.
There'll be a 3-minute wait here while Mr. Thomas registers disgust. Now, Renee, have you changed your mind about the relative merits of... Stop wiggling there, will you?
Well, the Wigglers Club, I got to wiggle.
Have you changed your mind about the relative merits of music?
No, I certainly haven't, Groucho, but I would like to say that I do feel that Mr. Thomas has a very beautiful voice, and he sings everything well.
Well, Renee, if you're thinking of switching your affections from Elvis to John, forget it. If John gave you even one lock of his hair, he'd be out of business. We haven't settled anything by this erudite discussion, but I'm sure rock and roll is here to stay. I only wish that I wasn't. Don, last week, you were generous enough to give a serviceman in the audience a chance to make some money in the quiz. Do you want to repeat it this week?
I think I'd like to, and I hope he wins a lot of money.
Well, I hope he does, too. Is there a serviceman?
Before I go, may I just say how very delightful it's been to hear your views on rock and roll. And
Thank you,
Groucho,
Mr. Thomas.
I can't tell you, really, I can't tell you how very grand it's been to be here with you.
John, we're
Thank
honored.
you very much for the opportunity of this association.
We're honored to have you here.
And I wish you would just do me a favor.
What's that? Buy one of the records?
No, I'll send you one, but
I'll pay for it.
Okay. I would like to come up to Apple Valley.
I certainly will.
I won't put out the red carpet, but I'll give you a beautiful green sword to hit balls on, and I'd love to play with you.
Fine, I'll bring the clubs
Anytime
and
you
come
can
up.
come.
Fine.
It's been a great pleasure.
Good night and good luck. Can we find a serviceman out there who would like to win some money? How do you do? What is your name?
Bob Pippin.
This is Renee Presley.
It's a pleasure.
Bob Pepin, huh? And where are you from?
Kankakee, Illinois.
Kankakee. Now, you have chosen nicknames of famous people, past and present. If you miss 2 in a row, you're out. If you get 4 in a row right, you win $1,000. Now, remember, we want you one answer between you. You're partners here. Who was known as the Little Corporal?
Napoleon.
Napoleon Bonaparte is right, yes.
You have one right already.
All right. Now, what Civil War general was known as Stonewall?
Jackson.
Jackson is right. Joe Jackson used to play with the White Sox.
You have 2 right now. Get the next 2 right, and you'll have $1,000.
Who was known as the Lone Eagle? Talk it over.
Charles Lindbergh.
Elvis Lindbergh is right.
1 more right, and the $1,000 is yours.
Now, what Russian was known as the Mad Monk?
Mad Stalin.
Who?
Joseph.
No, it was Rasputin.
Yes.
1 wrong now.
1 wrong.
Who is known as the Swedish Nightingale?
That was a big wrestler at one time.
Who is known as the Swedish Nightingale?
Me.
You should have known this. You're a musician. Well, the time is gone. It's Jenny Lind.
And you now have 2 wrong, so you're out of the game. I'm
Don't
sorry.
you know she was... what's that?
I said they have 2 wrong.
You put them out of the game already?
Well, I didn't personally. That's just the scoring here.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that, because they're a nice couple, and they might have got married if they'd have won some money. All right, you get this right, and you're going to get $100, and this is a very tough question, and we don't want any help from the audience at all. Who was president during the Coolidge administration? Calvin Coolidge is right. I'm sorry you didn't win more money, but thanks anyway for being with us. You bet your life.
Thank you, Groucho.
And be sure to give my regards.
And now, in just a moment, we'll find out if our first couple will try for the big money.
All right, George, we're ready to see who wants to get a crack at all this money. Will you bring out that first couple?
Mayor Val Christensen.
Never mind him. Bring her out.
Kathy Gabriel, would you come out, please?
I've had enough of that Danish mayor. Now, you won $1,000 so far. I forgot how great you look. Now, if you decide to try for the $10,000 and you fail, you're going to wind up with a total of $500. Now, what are you going to do? You're going
Lady Luck's been with us so far. We think maybe she'll stay with us once more.
Well, you certainly have a good mascot here.
That's right.
You are going to go for the big money,
Yes.
yes? Now, get together and you pick a number from 1 to 10 and then spin the wheel. If any number, don't kiss her, Mayor, remember. If any number besides the one you pick comes up, this question is worth $2,000. However, if your number comes up, this question is worth $10,000. Now, what number do you want?
Number 5.
5? Well, give it a turn. Well, your number was 5 and it landed on 9, so this question is worth $2,000. Andersonville was the Pulitzer Prize winning novel for 1956. For $2,000, who wrote Andersonville? Talk it over. Wait till the music stops. What, you have an answer?
Lady Luck played us dirty.
You don't know?
No.
Well, it was McKinley Cantor. That's Eddie Cantor's father. Well, I'm sorry you missed it, but you wound up with $500, so that isn't too bad. Congratulations, and thanks for being on the show. And I'll see you later.
And we're smart for when he came in. I'll show him.
Thank you.
Be sure to tune in next week, same time, same station, for Groucho Marx in You Bet Your Life. Brought to you by your DeSoto Plymouth dealer. And don't forget to listen to You Bet Your Life every Wednesday night on radio.